Now that you've hopefully read through the syllabus in full to be sure you're aware of all the policies and expectations of the course, we want to talk a little bit about how to navigate the course, where you'll find assignments and other resources. Again, every time you log into the course, you're going to be on this landing page, which will show you recent announcements, which, if they're hidden, you can reveal, as well as your overall score, which you're also going to be able to see in the gradebook. The Start Here page you won't need to revisit after you've gotten this initial introduction out of the way. The syllabus will be there if you need to revisit it. The Getting Help page will have some different information, links to get you some different resources if you find you're struggling, including a link to tutoring services, which I would highly recommend if you feel like you need some extra assistance. All of my students who meet with one of Heartland's tutors always come back with great reviews, and most of the time stronger exam scores reflecting that additional time that they put in. There's also an additional practice page, which will be updated as you complete assignments in the course. So reflecting concepts you got right, concepts you got wrong, to give you some practice problems you maybe still need to focus on. Specifically, you can jump to all chapters, and what this would let you do is jump chapter or section by section to just choose specific problems that you want to work and get some practice with. So you can dive through those submenus and then work problems one at a time for some additional practice. There's a link to the gradebook, which is your personal view of the gradebook, which shows your overall score. You can look at the score calculation, and then a list of your recent assignments. One thing to be aware of is the default is that the gradebook is only going to show you your past month worth of assignments, but you can change that to show entire course to date as we progress and things get a little further back. Once you do have assignments that you've completed, a review link will start to appear here so that you can review any assignments you've already submitted to see what you missed, get some clarification from me if you need that, but it gives you one additional tool for reviewing and practicing concepts. The email tab is exactly what it sounds like. This will give you the opportunity to email me by selecting my name and clicking add, and then filling out your subject and message. Or if you want to interact with some of your classmates, if you talk through the discussion board but don't exchange emails, that sort of thing. When we're actually talking about diving into coursework, we're going to see the Module 1 tab, and then more of these start to fill in as the semester goes. But if we click on the Module 1 tab, which will relate to all of our Week 1 assignments, we're going to see sort of a cover page for that module, which will reinforce the due date for all of those Module 1 assignments, and a list of all the assignments that need to be completed by that due date. So in this case, Module 1 consists of 3 homework assignments, a quiz, and a discussion assignment. You'll also get a quick refresher on just some of the policies in terms of due dates, and that reminder that homework can be completed late with a 10% penalty. When you're ready, you can actually start diving into the module subpages, and you're going to see a pretty standard structure of a link to the e-text sections, and then a link to the lecture videos for the course. This will include a link to the document that I'm writing on in those lecture videos. So if you want, you can print that out and fill those out along with me as you go, or just take notes on your own paper. That's entirely up to you. Then each of the videos will be able to be open in a new window or just watch embedded on that page. So throughout the semester, you're going to listen to me working through these practice problems as we introduce and or review concepts that maybe you've seen in prior courses. After you watch through all those lecture videos, you're going to see a link towards the bottom of the page, which will be the link to the actual homework assignment for that material. One other note is under this e-text reading, we are going to skip around a lot in the textbook throughout this semester. So for instance, our first reading comes from section 2.8, and specifically you're given a note that we're only focusing on Objective 1. If we skip ahead to Module 1.2, we're going to have a reading from that same section, but now focusing on Objective 2. So you want to look at what section is being provided as well as the objectives there, because our skipping around will include, in like we are in this case, splitting one section up into 2 different topics altogether. So just be aware of what it is you should be reading in each section. and then sometimes we'll be covering multiple sections or multiple objectives from a particular section. Once you've worked your way through the reading, lecture videos, and homework assignments for each of those submodules, you can move on to the module quiz, where you'll have access to a practice quiz as well as the actual quiz itself, along with a reminder that if you complete your homework with a 95% or better, so module 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3 assignments with a 95% or better, you'll unlock a second attempt at this quiz. But the practice quiz can be taken as many times as you want. Doesn't impact your grade, it's just there for you to practice and review these concepts. And then you've got a quick link to take you to the gradebook again, so that you can review those quizzes you've already submitted to see what you missed, that sort of thing. If there is a discussion assignment for the module, there will be an additional tab there, which will again reinforce the due date for the discussion post or posts if multiple posts are required, and then a breakdown of what's expected for that discussion post. So you'll just want to keep an eye out for those discussion posts, since they won't pop up with every module, but when they are there, they factor into your homework grade throughout the semester, which makes up about 10% of your overall score. So in about a week, we'll see Module 2 open up, which will have your Module 2 assignments, but will follow a similar structure. Again, though, if you have trouble navigating the course, or you're not sure where to go, what you should be working on, absolutely feel free to get in touch with me with any questions you may have.